The Porsche 911 GT3 is a great car. It is fast, it's got 550 horsepower, 6-speed sequential gearbox, and huge 370mm brakes. But could it put up with Porsche's best? The 592 horsepower, 6-speed sequential, 3.2-liter flat 6 Porsche 911 GT1. So we are now in the... Okay, so before this clown starts talking, I mean, look at him. You should go subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. On the last video, we had 75% of people not subscribed. I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 3/4 of people not subscribed while watching the video. Be sure you're not one of them. Enjoy the video. Porsche GT1. I am so excited to do this. This is going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be hard, especially for the GT3. The GT1 is going to have a very easy time in this challenge. So, gotta make sure I got the right steering rotation. One more. Okay, let's see. This thing's power. It's 600 horsepower and about 1.25 kilograms per. About 1.25 horsepower per kilogram. For those sequential gearbox. This thing is fast. All of the with getting myself for 3 laps. Basically, after this 3 laps, get used to the car, get used to the handling. And then just see what type of lap I can put up. Whoa! All this. 2 to get used to the car. 1... Yeah, basically, just see how fast I can go. Don't want to spin through here again. Now, I drive the Porsche GT3 in ACC. I love the car. It's a great car. It's fast. It's got power. Doesn't have straight line speed, but, you know, we don't talk about that. You might be wondering why I picked the Glen as my testbed track, and that's just because the Glen, in my opinion, is a pretty good track for this. It's got undulation. So you know if that stuff happens... Oh, that turbo noise. Wow. It's got undulation, and it's also got a mix of slow and high-speed corners and straights. It's got a good mix of everything. Chicanes, all that fun stuff. So, I just felt like it was the best car, or best track for the test. Up into 5th, coming into the S's section. So incredibly fast. This thing has a huge turbo. I can just hear it. This thing's producing about 600 horsepower. The GT3 produces about 5. Fourth gear through the carousel, you can carry just so much speed. Oh, a little light there on the steering. This should be a 3rd gear corner. Just had to be careful getting on power coming out of it, because it will just loop your car. So this is about 2 seconds faster so far than a run I did in a Lexus GT3 the other day, but that was without much cider laps and me just kind of messing around. And I do believe the Porsche is faster in general than the Lexus. Oh no. We got one more chance to try this. You might know that you can actually see me now. That's because they decided to turn on my key light because I'm an idiot and totally forgot to turn it on. Gonna be a good few mistakes for this video, but that's fine. It happens. So I had a little bit of a crash there, so I'm gonna have to get back up to speed. Whew! Getting all loosey-goosey on me. Fourth, I think that's a third gear corner through that final corner there. One thing I do not like about this car is the dash. I don't know why it goes all the way up to 10,000. Braking at the 30 board. Tap that apex. Just smooch it. Give it a little, you know. Up into 5th. Coming through here, holding 5th all the way through the section because I still think it's faster. Flying, coming up to the chicane. Down to 5th. Kill the first curb. Hit the second curb. Almost lose it on the exit. My lord. That was way closer than I wanted it to be. 4th gear through the carousel. Touch the curb. Brake down, coming into the boot now. This is a 3rd gear corner, pushing as hard as I can. Touch that curb on the right side. Brake at the 200. Up into 3rd, down into 3rd, my bad. Hold it as it almost tries to slide away. We're barely ahead. Up in 4th, just blasting through the gears now. Brake at the 200. Down into 3rd. Touch the apex. Use that exit curb to a full extent. Brake 300 because of the weird design of this corner. Blast out of the final real turn, really. Use a little bit of the exit. 4th gear into this corner, coming out. And it's a 44.869. Nice. So that's the lap for this car. 144.869. Probably put that up, like, right there. Yeah. Alright, so we're in the new Porsche GT3. So now it's a little different, you know, GT3, GT1, GT1's supposed to be faster. But I just want to see, because, you know, sometimes modern cars are faster. This thing is about 20 years newer. I think this is like, yeah, this is a 2019, that was a 1999. This is 20 years newer, but it's a lower class. So we're gonna see how this goes. I really hope this is really fun. I love this. So let's do this. It also sounds great. It's also very loud. There we go, how to make some steering adjustments. So now that all that's fixed, let's see how this thing performs. The high-pitched whine, break at the 200 board. Oh lord. Advanced tire warming strap, we're all good. You definitely feel the fact that there's a lot less power in this car. You can't just put your foot down and it immediately jumps on it. Also, very oversteery. Brake at the 200 board. Okay, so it crashed in the first time with both of them. That's fine. Okay. Okay, wheels being weird. That's fun. I'm gonna change brake bias because that is something you can actually change in the car. I didn't change it on the other one because I didn't feel like I needed to. The car was really well balanced. This thing feels like garbage, I don't know why. It also just feels a lot slower in general. So here we go, starting the first lap. The one thing that is good is I can brake later than the other car, due to the fact that I have less top speed, in general. I'm going to hold 5th all the way through here, but that naturally aspirated, I think, flat 6 builds up, hit the first curb. And no, jeez. I'm gonna have to do some setup work with this real quick. Okay, so after adding a little bit of rear wing and removing some front wing, trying to get that balance better worked out, let's try this again. That way too much oversteer was impossible to handle. And you can't make a video about a car going against another car if it's impossible to handle, because you can't get any track time. But we got this. Brake at 300 forward, down to 4th gear. I don't know why it is so bumpy. This feels a lot better now. So I did remove more top speed now, due to the fact that it has a higher rear wing. So hopefully you can make up the ground in the corners, which should be able to, because it is not lighter, but it's definitely more nimble, because it has a shorter wheelbase. It's not made for straight line speed like the other one is. Due to the fact that the Mulsanne straight exists, that other car was definitely made for straight line speed. This one also has traction control systems, so it's another thing that helps it. From the 5th down the straight. Really pushing right now. Through the carousel, it definitely feels more like you can push it, maybe because it's a slower speed. Or maybe just because it's more balanced, I would say. So I'm going to give myself about 2 more laps to do a good one. So wow, way off the pace of the other car. More than 5 seconds behind. Gotta push harder, I guess. Use as much of the road as provided. I know track limits on this road very well due to Formula Pals. If you haven't seen any of my other racing, please go check out the rest of my channel. It will be really appreciated. And yeah. Pushing the braking a little bit more into the chicane. Coming into the first half of the boot, having to keep on getting out of the power. If I can get it within 5/10 with this thing, I would be very happy. Pushing a lot. Not going any faster than there. Break the 200 board this time. And clobber a curb. Still valid. Probably a lot of loss of time there due to that curb just absolutely bouncing me everywhere. Very much so faster that lap. But I can still go faster, so one more lap. Here we go. 151.4 there. Definitely have figured out the lines now. Wow, 149.3, so 4 seconds off. To be completely honest though, I thought this was going to be a lot worse. I came into this video thinking this is a dumb idea. But wow, 4 seconds off. I'm very happy with this. So, yeah. I hope you all enjoyed, and